Hello and welcome to Kev's English Podcast, Real English every week with your host Kev Dean.
Well, hello, it's Kevin here. Hello, Kevin here. So, I'm going to try to record audio and video at the same time for this latest episode. So, anyway, Kev's English Podcast, episode 36, I think. Now, this is somewhat unusual for today. What I'm going to be doing, let me show you. Right, so, now, let me have a think. What can I tell you? Well, so, as part of my drive to help my students, I have written several PDF guides to IELTS, writing, etc. And for general English use as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through all of these books and you can download them. They're available completely free to download from my site, theenglishnative.com. So if you're listening here on italki, if you want to get hold of these, the IELTS books might be more useful for you. You can go to the site, there'll be a link in the description and you can download these. If you're watching on YouTube, same link, etc. So, I wrote this a few years back and this was before I found how to make books in Canva. I did this in Word and I made it into a PDF. It's a bit, well, it's a bit crap, but there you go. Anyway, so, and prepare IELTS. This is something that I was doing a long time ago before I changed the name to English Native. And that picture, that's my old laptop, my tablet, and my phone. I think my BlackBerry, I think I had at the time. Anyway, I just thought that was an interesting picture. So, what's it called? It's called How to Create Your Own English Learning Environment, a guide to free internet resources to help you become fluent in English. So, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. There's about 30 odd pages here. I wrote it 10 years ago. So, what this is talking about, actually, as it says, this was my very first book, my very first book, because I only started on italki 2014, so it's been 11 years now. I mean, on and off. It's only in the last few years that I've been exclusively on italki. Before then, I was working, living in different countries, etc. Anyway, so this is a very general guide. So as it says here, right, it's a guide to free internet resources. I think most of them are still available that can help you to develop your English in general. Okay? And it goes through listening, talk about that. You can see there's some recommendations for listening podcasts, watching films. I explain all this stuff, so I'm not going to read it out. You can download it and read it for yourself. I talk about reading, what you should be doing there. There's some good sites. I think most of these links still work. That myenglishteacher.eu, I don't, that might not, I used to be on it, might not be on it now. And there's some tools, but clearly, I don't know if that still works now. There's some links. If you check the links out and they don't work, if you send me a message, I'll see if I can find an updated version. But anyway, even if the exact sites don't work, still there's enough for you to find out general information, to like give you some general ideas about what you can do, etc. So I talk about writing as well. There's all these different links and sites and tools. Speaking, again, different links and sites and tools. So, like I say, this, if you can see this picture, yeah, this is what I used to do. That's a long time ago. Bloody hell. Drink and talk in English. Yeah. When I was living in Prague, we used to meet at this particular pub every Wednesday. And sometimes we get 30, 40, 50. I think once we got maybe 60, 70 people in on Wednesday night, which was pretty good. Anyway, and I do the same thing here now in Bratislava. Those not specifically for English meetup, it's just meetup internationals. But anyway, point of this book, as you can see, it's got lots of ideas and links to help you. Okay? So it says, you know, oh, that's an old picture. That was taken in China. Was that 15 years ago? Oh dear, dear. Well, I don't look quite as thin as I do in that picture these days. But anyway, still. So this is an interesting book, right? This is an interesting book. It's got lots of stuff in, lots of links, lots of ideas, free internet resources. If you can't afford a teacher, you don't want one, you want to study yourself, etc. So take a look at that one. I think you'll find it quite interesting. Like I say, you can download it on my site. On to the next one. No teacher required. Now this one here specifically talks about why going to the classroom, as in English groups. You know, like if you go to a course, a private language school or institute, why at certain levels that doesn't really work. Okay, so if you want to be a fluent English speaker, this is a book to explain it. No teacher required. And I explain what this kind of means. It's just the traditional teacher-centric classroom method of teaching English doesn't work. So what I'm saying here is, which is one reason why iTalki is particularly effective, because it's one-to-one. You know, so all this is talking about is group classes may not be as effective as they could be. Some teachers may make them quite effective, but there's lots of different issues with having a class of people, different abilities, different aims, goals, etc. Anyway, so this is just talking about speaking to people one-on-one, and I talk about why traditional classroom methods don't work. I go through the process. There's some neuro-linguistic stuff there. And then I mention a method for you to take charge of your own learning. And I explain it. I've got some links, and this is only short. Oh, and that's another picture of me when I was in China. Yes, I don't, not as thin as in that picture, and I've probably got a bit more hair. Anyway, so that's enough of that. So, no teacher required. Again, you can download that. Now we come to my IELTS books. Now, so I've got a series of these sample essay books. Now, these I wrote in association with my friend in Iran. So he's got his site IELTS 9 Pro and on Telegram, etc. And all this is, I'll just make it a little smaller so you can see it. This is just a collection of essays, really. Now, I wrote the structure book. Where is it? Where's the structure book? Yeah, right. So, this is the book that I send out to my new students on iTalki. So this is, I go through my sentence-by-sentence approach with complete sample essays by Kev Dean. Obviously, that's me. And I explain, so, essay structure, sentence by sentence, right? How to do your introduction, sentence 1, sentence 2. Opinion essay example. Then you've got discussion. What's the structure there? Example. And so on, advantages and disadvantages, etc. Now, most of my students find this book particularly helpful because it shows them exactly, sentence by sentence, Sentence 1, restate the topic. Sentence 2, answer the question. This kind of touches on an episode, I don't know if it was my last episode, about banned phrases. Phrases banned. Don't use them. People keep sending me these essays with some bizarre opening phrase. In the contemporary world, the issue is a contentious and blah, blah, blah. You don't need it. All that you do for your introduction, this is the same for task 1. Sentence 1, paraphrase the question. That's it. Answer the question. Yeah? Advances in technology, such as the internet, mean that many people are able to work away from the traditional office, whether at home or abroad. That paraphrases that, due to technological advances. And then, answer the question. This essay will argue freedom are the benefits, lack of self-motivation are possible downsides. Again, you have to go and watch this video on YouTube so you can see all of the things I'm explaining here, but still. So this is my essay structure book. You can find it on the site, Essay Structures, and complete sample essays, etc. So that's the first one, and then I've got 20 sample essays written again with Payman, and different essays, you know, different essay types. You've got agree or disagree, opinion essays, positive or negative development, opinion essays. So that's volume 1, and I've got volume 2, the same thing, 20 essays. So it's easily over 100 samples here, all right? So you've got sample essays again, you've got agree or disagree, let me see if there's any different essay types here. You've got, yeah, 2-part question, advantage, disadvantage, 2-part question, yeah? So you've got volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3 as well, with more sample essays, another 20 essays, all following that sentence by sentence approach that you will find in the essay structure book. Okay, so volume 4, so you've got 4 volumes of sample essays, 80 essays in total, all written to that sentence by sentence approach. You can see there, different essays, opinion essay, what's that next one, discuss both views. Anyway, so you've got 4 volumes of 20 essays each. And what else have we got? More, this is a slightly different one that I did with Payman, task 2 sample, essays, and this one here breaks down some of the vocab, so you can see the sentence by sentence, and some of the key phrases, key vocabulary is highlighted in bold. So this is called New IELTS Book Volume 1. Essentially, it's a collection of essays. I think there's 20 essays in it, but here we've specifically outlined or highlighted in bold some key phrases and vocabulary. So that's that one. That's good. And before we come on to task 1, so now, if you're watching on YouTube, or even if you aren't, if you can access it, there's several playlists on my channel. And this Cambridge Introductions one, it's based on that. So I've got different playlists. Now what we were doing, if you can see the video, if not, youtube.com/@theenglishnative. I'll put the link in the thing. If you look on playlists, so we've got Kev's English Podcast, which is what I'm recording now. Recently reported IELTS essay topics. So what we're doing here, I'll just have a quick, I'll show you. So recently reported, these are from the last year or two, people have taken the IELTS and they've reported what their questions were, and I wrote a sample essay and I was reviewing student responses. Okay, so that's the recently reported topics one. English with like Kev, there's only 6 there. IELTS writing task 1 and 2, 198 videos. Oh dear, that's quite a lot. 228 for OET, and pertaining to these particular books. Okay. So what we were doing here, lots of the students, the Iranian ones, were having trouble writing their introductions. So what we did, we gave them a topic and we got them to submit their introductions, and I corrected them and gave them some feedback, etc. So that video, or that playlist of videos, is pertaining to these 2 books here. 101 Cambridge introductions. Okay, so this is in Persian, in Farsi, because it was written for the Persian students. Now here you can see there's a breakdown of the paraphrasing, the thesis statement, and the introduction. And there's even a sample essay as well. Yeah, so you've got the introduction, the paraphrasing, the thesis, and the sample essay. So this is quite a lengthy book, 113 pages, but 113 sample essays. So you might find it useful. Take a look at it. So that's pretty good. And there's another one. I don't know if this is the same version, if this is the same book. I haven't looked at these books for ages. I haven't sent these out to anybody for a long time. I just send my usual ones, but I thought, well, I have these books, so maybe I should start to use them. So you might get some benefit out of my work. I think, are these the same? Oh, yeah, no, they're different. Right. So you've got owning home and then transport delays. Yeah. And this one here, this doesn't have a sample essay. So this one called 101 IELTS Introductions version 1, that doesn't have sample essays, just the introductions, but it breaks it down, the paraphrasing, thesis, etc. But if you want the sample essay book, then you want this full 101 Cambridge Introductions. And that's got sample essays. I think it's got sample essays to everyone, does it? No, it doesn't. As I say, I haven't looked at these books for a long time. But still, you might find these useful, general and academic. And then for writing task 1 now. So I was going to do every single Cambridge academic writing task 1. I started this when Cambridge 19 came out. So this is earlier at the start of the year. Now, again, English and Persian, but if you look at it, we go through every single one, starting from Cambridge 19. We've got the sample, and look, we've got the breakdown. Task achievement, lexical resource, coherence and cohesion, grammatical range and accuracy. Yeah? So that's the harbour one. You've got the sample, the breakdown of the vocab, explanations, why that sentence works, what that sentence does. You know, so this one is pretty good. I've started sending out this and the essay structure book to all my italki students so they can see a breakdown of the 4 criteria, criterion by criterion. They can see how it kind of works, and there's some samples. So that's pretty good. Now, more generally, I send this to first timers. My study plan Now this will take you from beginning to end, if you let it, step by step, from day one to test day. IELTS study plan from day one to test day. So this goes through all the different links, how to get started, general strategies, links, what to do, how to do things. And on page 8, I don't know if you can, well, here, see, I've written a sample schedule for the IELTS learner. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. What to do in the morning, in the afternoon and in the evenings as well. So that's pretty good. And take a look at that. And this is one that I sent people also, speaking strategies. A general guide. Let me just show you this. So IELTS speaking strategies, a short guide. Now, I've made recent video and podcasts about problems with speaking and writing, especially for Chinese students, and I'll be making more because what I'm doing now, so if you sign up for a class with me on italki, what I do now is I make an audio recording of you answering a complete IELTS speaking test. Then I transcribe it, and what I do with the transcription, I run it through a concordance, and I do a statistical analysis of your answers, grammar, vocab, and I give natural responses as well. So this guide explains what the strategies are. So I'm not going to talk about them kind of here. You can download this, you can read it. I've spoken about this before. I can say the last episode, let me have a quick look. Was it the last episode? English native, let's have a look. Yeah, that last one. Episode 55, when artificial intelligence makes you sound like a robot. I was talking about that for both writing and speaking. And that's for writing, and IELTS speaking, episode 31. Why they keep getting 6. So this episode 31 corresponds with this book. Okay, the speaking strategy guide. So you can download that. Check out the podcast here, episode 31, and check out for writing the videos on my channel, the playlists there. You probably want that one and maybe that one. Now I'm going to be working on I'm putting together a course. I'm taking, because I've got 500 videos here, and somebody actually mentioned this to me yesterday. They said, Kev, you've got too many videos. I thought, how can you have too many videos? But I can see her point. So what I'm going to do, the next playlist is going to be a compilation, and it's going to be a course of all the most important videos that you can watch. So instead of not knowing what to watch, I'm going to tell you, watch this, watch that, watch this, watch that, etc. Okay? So you'll have some idea of what to do. Okay? So that will do. So just to wrap things up, like I said, you've seen, you've got the links, you can check them out, you can download. I'm going to be putting these up. I'm going to be making a new episode. I've got them in my media library. I'm going to work out how to embed them. So when you come to episode 56, there'll be some download links. I haven't quite worked out now, because you can download the transcripts, right? So if you're just listening now, if you can't see, so I'm looking at the EnglishNative.com, my podcasting site. And as you see, under the audio file, which is on Spotify, I've uploaded a transcript in PDF, and you can download it. So you can either read it on the site, as you can see, or download it to read at your convenience. So I'm going to put these books when I do episode 56, I'm not quite sure when that'll be. I'm pretty busy. Today, many students coming, so I'll probably do this a bit later, but you'll be able to download all the volumes that you've just seen or that you've heard me speak of. Okay, time for me to get off. I hope that helps, gives you some ideas. Any questions, comments, write to me. You can see me on italki. I'll put my profile up if you're watching on YouTube. Come on, where are we? Switch to teacher mode. Let me show you my teacher profile. Here we go. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on italki, then you already know where my profile is. So that's my profile. You could write to me, send us a kind of message, contact it. Obviously, that doesn't work for me. I can't contact myself. But click on Contact Teacher, send us a message wherever. You can write to me on comments on YouTube. You can write to me here. You can, there's plenty of ways to get in touch. Anyway, so I hope that helps. Check out the videos, check out the episodes, check out the books when they're available, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye for now.